Hi, my name is Barbara Gray from Claritystamp here in the UK, and welcome to YouTube Tuesday. So it's getting towards Christmas now, and this year I designed a set of really nice baubles, two-way overlays. I want to show you exactly what the designs are. They've been very popular, and I wanted to just explain how they work, and then you'll understand better. So, for example, if we take a look at this one, you'll see there are two stamps in the set. There's a Happy Christmas outline with a snowman, and then there's the infill. So in other words, you've got the positive and you've got the negative of these baubles. There's a little scene within the bauble. Then the next one we've got, this one says Happy Christmas, this one says Joy to the World. Now, Joy to the World, again, you've got the outline, the line art, and then you've got the infill. So they can be used on their own, as I'm going to show you, but they can also be literally overlaid. So you can lay this one over the top of that one. I'm going to show you that. However, this one can also work on its own. And then the third one, Peace on Earth. This is nice. I think it's my personal favourite. This has got the line art, again, with the stag and the countryside, and then this one overlays. So what's missing there is there. Now, if you have a look at this, you'll see that the moon and the stars, or the snow, are not present here. They're here. Similarly, when we look at this one, you'll see that in the negative, in other words, in the background stamp, the star of Bethlehem, etc., is in this stamp, not in this stamp. And once again, in this one, you'll see the detail of the snow and the snowflakes is in the negative, not in the positive. They're really lovely to use, and I think this time, today, we'll go with this one. And I want to show you how they work on their own, and how they work together as well. So what I've done is I've taken, they're well loved, I'm loving these stamps, I can't stop using them. I've taken both of the stamps, and for your information, I've mounted one on, it's got a lot of hair on it, excuse me. I've mounted one on a mount, and I've mounted one on a piece of acetate, not for any other reason except that I wanted to show you sometimes with large stamps, because we've got some really big stamps, sometimes it's not so easy. You have to press a lot harder with these hard mounts. And so with acetate, you've got more flexibility. I just wanted to explain that sometimes with very large stamps, you can get a better, you just press down. It's just easy, really. So that's what I've done. And now I want to show you how this works. So, for example, let's just take the first stamp, and let's take a piece of, what I've done is I've taken a piece of our 7x7 stencil card, and I've just cut it into, I've just cut it into pieces. And what I'm going to do now is just take this stamp, I'm going to stand for this, and I'm just going to stamp it into black. So, for example, I could use a VersaFine. Let me put a piece of white copy paper behind it so you can actually see what I'm doing. So what I can do is just ink up my line art, because I'm going to get it black. And then once I've done that, then I can just hover over the card. It's just like a normal stamp, really. Of course it is. I tell you what looks good as well is when you stamp it off the page a bit. So in other words, you just allow the recipient to figure out that it says Peace on Earth. Right, so then when we lift this off, you can give that a little rub, because it is a big stamp. There you go. Perfect image. Really lovely image. Peace on Earth. So what we can do now, let me show you. I have to take the white away because I need a frame of reference. Otherwise, white on white, look, I can't see what I'm doing. It's not so clever. So this one, which I've mounted on the acetate now, it sits exactly over the top of that one. That's the point. So let's have a look. And what I'm going to do, first of all, hang on, good housekeeping, put the lid on the VersaFine. You can use an archival. You want a permanent ink, because in a minute we're going to be using water, and we don't want the line art to start bleeding. Right, so now let's put this on. Cool, you can see how much I've used this stamp. Well loved, lasts forever. I'm going to use Distress Oxides. Now let me just make sure I've got the other piece. I want to show you a trick. I'm going to show you how you can use this stamp independently as well. So let me show you, for example, if I show you a finished article, look, this might be worth looking at. So, oh, hello. So you see where we're headed, because I think you might be impressed. So this now is the stamp that we're looking at, okay? And this is what we want to do. And you can see all that beautiful colour. Let's have a look. This is stamp number 2 without the line art. I think it's worth looking at. So let's have a look how I achieved that. What I'm going to do is use, I've picked a selection of distress oxides. You can use dye-based inks, you can use archivals, you can use what you like. But I've got a particular trick that I want to see if it works. Now you can use blending tools, you can use makeups. We sell these spot-on sponges. They're brilliant because they're latex, and I find that you get a really good coverage with these. Let me show you by way of example. If I use, there we go, broken china, and I've got a bit of white in the background, but you see, so I'm going to use the blue now, and I'm going to load the stamp up. Now I can use these blending tools, one for every colour. Here we go. Look, oh, hang on, I've got some fibre going on. Right, a little bit of red to jazz it up. This is going to be like Northern Lights. You see how you can just build up red? And what's interesting is now I'm using the stamp, if you like, I'm using the stamp almost as a blending mat. Because when I put the red and the blue together, of course, I'm going to get a really nice purple in a minute. So then let me use a dark green. What's this one called? Peeled paint, not so dark. Let's put a bit of peeled paint around here. That'll look good, I think. What have I just done? Put it in blue. Well, that's a nice colour too. Okay. It'll look good. It'll look good. Don't be put off. It's all about the journey. Do you know what I think we need as well? Where's that really dark blue? I did have one. How about Salty Ocean's not dark enough. Forest moss. Right, we're going for it here. Forest moss. Let's add a bit of forest moss. That's a really dark green, isn't it? So we'll add a bit of that round there. So basically what you're doing is you're painting your stamp with this ink. And you'll see now that it's completely full of ink. And what I want to do now is take another piece of card, and I'll turn this over, turn that round like so, and I'm using the acetate. Actually, stand up for this one. Using the acetate so I can hover over the top till I'm happy with the position, then I'll plant it. And then I'm just going to press through there, and I'm going to transfer the ink. Now, if I prefer, I can always take my mount and I can always just press with the, well, it would be easier if I had one that didn't have a stamp on it. But you understand what I'm getting at. So we're just going to transfer the ink like so. You can use a mount. I did have one here somewhere. Let's have a look. Look, that'll do. Okay, I'm a mount girl, but I know that some of you are having problems with large stamps, so that's why I wanted to show you the possibility. Then I'm going to lift this off. Boom. How nice is that? So let me just show you. If I just turn that round for you, and then you can see exactly that you're getting the negative, and the colour is beautiful, and it pops out. It's like negative painting, really. I like it very much, don't you? Okay, so I'll take that. You got that, Simon? Cool. Simon is a good friend of mine, and he's on camera today. And we're going to be doing a few of these Christmas baubles today. So if I'm wearing the same top for the next 3 weeks, don't feel sorry for me. So what we're going to do now is this one, there's still quite a lot of ink on there, isn't there? So what I'd like to do is let me just dab a little bit more of what we already had on there. Right, not much, just a little bit. So I'm not re-inking from the ink pads, I'm just tarting up, I'm just jazzing up the ink a little bit. And then I need a spritzer bottle. This is water. So let's have a look what we're going to do now. I reckon this will look lovely. So what we're going to do is just get the spritzer bottle going, and we're just going to spritz that. I may have overcooked it a bit now. In fact, I'm pretty certain I have. Never mind. It's live. It's live. Here in my world, it's live right now. So what we're going to do is just lean that over. Now, what's interesting though, even though I've overcooked it, maybe Simon, you can get in here and you can see how I I go over the top of the picture, and as I go down, I can see how it just spreads the paint, the ink, it just spreads. Do you see that? And as I move my finger around, it squishes the colour into place. Now, I hope this worked. You never know, even if it's a little bit too inky. Oh, nice though. Not bad. You see? Not bad at all. Really watery. Really watery. And because I offset it a little bit, not by... Just trust me, it works. When you're wearing bifocals, it works without any effort at all. Because I offset it a little bit, you get a really nice shadow, which is pretty cool. What I want to do now is show you, right, if we have a look at this one, you'll see, let me have a look at a couple that I've already done, and you'll see what we're going for. So this is the first one. And then I've blotted it and dropped it in. Got it? And then you can, this is a lovely, I'm showing you the colour combinations. So this is a beautiful one. Again, this is the first one. I watered it down and dropped it in. See how mottly it is? This is when you use a little less water than I used in that one. So you can see I've been busy. Look, I've been going for it. I like it with a little less water. But you get the picture anyway. You get, oh, that one's a good one. Look, really nice. Yeah, so once you start playing, but you see the drop shadow on that one is exquisite, isn't it? Cool. Okay, so that's how it works. And once you've got your little squares, then it's a question of just finishing the work. Let me just find a paper towel or a cloth or something. That could be a challenge. Hang on a minute. Don't go anywhere. Right. So I couldn't find a paper towel, but I've got a towel, and I suppose that works even better, doesn't it? Because I can use this for weeks and then stick it in the washing machine and discolour all the clothes that I can't get into anymore. Right. Okay. That works lovely. And then we let that dry, and we've already got. So we've done 2 cards now. One using the outline and one using just the infill. And then what we're going to do is I need one that's already dry. Actually, that's probably already dry. So let's put that one to the side, the one where, because that was all just the waste, wasn't it, really? The infill was just spritzing what was left on the stamp. Now let's have a look at this one. And what we'll do now is we'll just finish this up and turn it into a card. Now, what we'll do then is we need a piece of card that fits the background. So with this one, that colour works really well. I've got these the cards and papers, Shenandoah, Northern Lights. There are about 6 different ones now. And what I'm going to do is go for the card, and I'll see, for example, that would work really well. I'm in the Shenandoah zone here. I'm going to use that one next week when we do something. But let me just see if I can find one. Just talk among yourselves for a minute while I find a decent one that will work for this background. Thing about making Christmas cards, it's the time of year in your card making calendar when you, oh, that's lovely. It's the time of year in your card making calendar when you make more than one card, don't you? No, it don't work. And so, do you know what? I think the first one's the best one. And therefore, this is a very quick and easy and very beautiful way of bulk making, if that's an expression. So you can see here what we've got. Yeah, so these stamps, what I like about them as well, while I'm just finishing this card, what I like about them as well is that all 3 different designs, they speak to different recipients. So this one, for example, Peace on Earth, is very, the recipient would be somebody who likes nature, who goes for walks, who is sick of watching the news at the moment. There. And then you'd go to the other ones, for example, the Happy Christmas one, well, that would be one, you know, with snowman and celebrations and family and children. And then, of course, you've got the more traditional one with a nativity scene, you see. And the nativity scene one, Joy to the World, that would be for the more traditional members of the family or friends who go to the essence of Christmas and why we celebrate it. So in effect, all three of these stamps, although they have the same style around them, they speak to different people, don't they? There you go. So covering all bases. I've edged the card with a black Sharpie pen, and then I'm going to add it to there, and then I'll just trim that back. See, just trim it back. Look, I don't need to do this. Blimey, you know how this works. So then I'll just trim it back. And then I've got, this is lovely. Then I've got some really nice stickers that we designed. The royal we. These are great. We've got different ones. We've got the ones that are more Barbara sayings. Leonie's got some too. Barbara sayings, one day at a time, never say never, sing that song, you know, that sort of thing. And then that's it there, word sticker collection. And now we've brought out the Clarity Christmas celebrations. And it's not just about Christmas, these ones actually, because you got the Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You got 2 of those in black and 2 of those in white. So you've got a whole page of all Christmas stuff, although it says from us to you with love, best wishes to you, let's celebrate, love and best wishes. So it's not all Christmas. Harmony, peace always, we love you. So, yeah, Christmas and then some. But then there's another page that's totally happy birthday to you. May all your wishes come true. It's your birthday, big day, happy times, thinking of you on your special day. So you've got baby girl, you've got weddings, you've got the works in that one. And again, you've got 2 of black and 2 of white. So I think I'll go with a Merry Christmas one in white. Yep. And I think I'll go with... Merry Christmas to all. I think that will sit nicely. Oh, hello. What have I got now? Merry Christmas to all. They're great little stickers. I think these are so useful. When we first started making them, I thought, was it cheating to use stickers when you're a stamper? And then I got over it very quickly because it's so easy, effective, professional looking and lovely. Now, if I want to pop that one on there, Merry Christmas to all, there's one little trick I want to show you. So if you look at this one, you'll see it's edged in black, so it makes it jump a bit better. So what I'll do is on this one, I'll put it, rather than stick it on paper, I'll stick it on a piece of acetate, and then I'll take my pen again, and I'll just slowly draw around the edge like so, and this will then finish that off. Very, very easy, and it peels off very easily off here, see? And you've got your edge then. And then what we'll do is we'll stick that on there like so, and we'll stick that on there, and then that'll go on there like that, wherever you decide to put it. And it does come, it's not permanent, as in if I decided I wanted to move it, I could still lift it off at this point until it settles. Okay, so that, my friends. Oh, last little finishing trick. The little hook. Oh, it's the little things that give us pleasure. Let me just find my... Here we go, that was easy. Let me just find my micron pen and we'll make a little hook. And what's number this? Number 1 that'll do. Right, and we'll just make a little hook. Make sure that my ruler's clean. And I'm just going to come down. Hang on, other way around. Right, so I'll come down like so. I'll come down from the top, go past the bauble, and then a hook. There you go. It's the little things that give us pleasure. There we are. So that's the way to make this card. I hope you enjoyed that. What I've shown you is how to use the negative, the number 2 stamp, and then actually overlay it to make this beautiful watercolour effect with what's left on the stamp. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Do like and subscribe if you enjoy this YouTube, and if you like the stamps and you fancy them, they are on offer on www.claritystamp.com. Other than that, I look forward to seeing you next time, and I think next time we'll do the traditional bauble, the joy to the world. I've got something really nice to show you with that one. See you soon. Bye bye now.